MIL-SPEC Monkey here, so I've got something a little bit different for you today, folks. We're trying to mix it up for a little entertainment, but if you hate it, don't worry, I'll go back to the usual soon enough. I came across a TikTok recently, and before we jump into it, I wanted to give some starter thoughts. I get the general concept that TikTok's kind of like new age animated GIFs, but as an ex-ennial, I think this clip summarizes about 99% of the TikTok experience.
Let's go, kid. You want the big gig? Let's see it. Make me laugh at the count of 3. 1, 2.
You know what your problem is? You're just a pencil penis parade. Ooh,
You just bought yourself another week.
With that in mind, you can see my expectations are pretty low. But that said, check out this beacon of TikTok insight. Side note, some very interesting hashtags to set the mood.
I'm going to show you an example of why I really hate that clothing is gendered. These are women's pants, right? Front pockets, fake. Back pocket, can barely fit my phone. Someone's going to steal that. What? And then there's men's pants, right? Oh, your hands are dry? You want some lotion? I got that. Oh, you need me to unlock the house? I gotcha. Oh, what's this? Your phone's dying? Here's a charger. Oh, your fan's not on? Here's the remote. You want some Altoids? I got you. How about some lip gloss? I got you on that too. Oh, your phone? It's in the back pocket along with your AirPods. You forgot to take your vitamins? I got you. Come on.
So are we starting this argument with no clothing should be gendered? What does this even mean to you? You could just go out and buy boys' men's clothing, but then we know you're automatically going to complain it doesn't fit like women's clothing. Then once your magic show begins, it makes me think of this sweet little classic gem.
As this student's appearance demonstrates, having a lax policy about dress makes it easy for a student to conceal a weapon and makes it difficult to identify intruders on campus. A dress code can reduce weapons violations, relieve tensions between gangs, reduce disciplinary infractions, and generally improve the atmosphere of the school. Our policy requires that students tuck in their shirts, making the belt line visible at all times. Our students may not wear baggy pants, or colors and insignias that are commonly associated with gang activity.
What is this nonsense?
This policy was a collaborative effort between the parents, teachers,
and when Mars men dared to suggest obvious solutions, this was the response.
All of the men saying that I should just buy pants with pockets or buy a purse. You buying it for me then? My Venmo's in my bio. Where's your card? I will gladly buy new pants. I will gladly buy a purse. Oh no? Then shut up.
Dang, girl! Too good to go down to the local thrift store and buy a purse or some pants? It's almost like you're angry there are easy solutions. Is this some sort of pay to be less annoying side grift? I got in a good chuckle, but it reminded me of other pocket rants I had seen, such as constantly on the autism pit known as Imager. Imager, I just want to see some funny memes. I don't want to see your dead dog, pro-communism, depression incel rants. Being bold, I dared to search Google for why women's pants have less pockets, and they immediately punished me for the inquiry. Top hits included article titles such as "The Ridiculous Reasons Most Women's Clothes Don't Have Real Pockets," noting how the male-dominated fashion industry needs to listen up in the very first sentence. "The Gender Politics of Pockets," obvious where it goes from the title, from The Atlantic of course, and "The Bewildering and Sexist History of Women's Pockets," taking great care to mention the patriarchy, and ending with, "While pockets may seem like a trivial matter, they are an object that embody our patriarchal systems and sexist histories. Is pocket equality really too much to ask for? Well, Chanju, appears you're pretty interested in equality, but frankly, you don't want it bad enough. Have you ever spent hundreds of dollars and days of work hours on a sex toy to try and please a woman? No? Well, apparently it's also too much to ask for you to do an internet search on women's pants with pockets. Heaven forbid you learn to friggin' sew. A lot of articles reference a pudding.com article that actually put in some work collecting data on pocket sizes. I was gonna toss in a joke about how I bet they tricked a man into doing it, but it appears two lady engineers cared enough to make it happen. So a tip of my hat for the follow-through, my ladies. However, absolutely no one was claiming women's pockets were not smaller, kind of misses the whole point. Notably, this data shows the women's back pockets are quite similar to men's, which I'll get back to later, but basically, all of these articles give no solutions to this awful pocket oppression besides the idea women should vaguely demand better pockets. I was bold once again and took the search to YouTube. Apparently 2018 was a super hot year to complain about women's pockets. If there was one person you expected to make a stupid pocket video, it was effing Lily Singh. And bam, there it is. It seems clear the pre-production process was something along the lines of, oh, let me browse the usual feminist rant sites to see what I should talk about today. Skits include the ever-popular Guys Pants Magic Show, acting like girls are too stupid to properly organize their purses, and the old phone in the back pocket dropping into the toilet thing. You know, the problem that would still be the same with guys' pants, but most men have enough sense to move the phone before a pants drop. NBC Left Field had a video with the usual feminism flair, but an embarrassingly bad history timeline.
In the 17th century, women wore pockets tied around their waist, and they'd wear them underneath their massive skirts. Now, there's a huge shift in the 19th century where suddenly everyone really wanted much slimmer silhouettes, which meant they literally couldn't fit pockets into the clothes, and instead carried little handbags they called reticules. Shout out to the Rational Dress Society of 1881.
Shout out to the Rational Dress Society, apparently not worth telling the kids what they did.
But also to Chanel, who in the 20s and 30s started putting pockets on cardigans and trousers, which literally changed the way that women could stand. They also got to vote in the 1920s, and by the time we got to World War II, women were at work and wearing very military-style uniforms, which included pockets.
So your takeaway of the 40s is, yay, women got to work factory jobs to help fight the axis of evil because yay pockets, and then no mention that during the 40s and 50s it was highly known for embracing the feminized figure with a sleek and fit fashion form, obviously leading to the reduction of women's pockets.
There's huge cultural and social change in the 1960s.
Stuff happened in the 60s. Pocket power.
And in the 1970s, we hit peak jeans, with women's jeans having pockets in the front and the back, which brings us to today.
And pockets were great in the 70s, which leads us to today. What? You're gonna stand there with your friggin' Minority Report matrix and just be like 50 years of, I don't know, I just don't care anymore. Not even gonna mention Jinkos or kickwear. Come on, girl. This guy Just Daggers makes friggin' specific videos of how much he can fit in his Jinkos. Spoilers, all 50 DVDs fit. Jumping back, a follow-up with some lady pocket insights such as...
We have so many little things that males usually don't need. Sometimes I want to carry a tampon around, I can't do that.
Ah yes, can't even hold a tampon, besides that they make pocket-sized tampons now.
They're essential. I think when they're not there, it's sad. Because I'm not really a purse girl, so I really need the pockets for living and breathing.
Not a purse girl, but needs pockets to breathe. I don't know. Sounds pretty life and death for someone who had a 99.9% chance of not wearing clothing with very good pockets during that interview. Fortunately, some videos do exist that talk about why women don't get very good pocket options. Fundamentally, most women prefer a fitted look in their clothes, and thus stretch fabrics are very commonly used to fit more people and allow more comfortable movement. The desire for fitted clothes, however, commonly clashes with the women's desire to also have a sleek, minimal lines appearance. For example, the concern of panty lines is very similar to pocket lines. Notably, I know of no men demanding strict absence of panty or pocket lines. This is basically exclusively a female-led concern. So with this looks before functionality priority, even if pockets were bigger, women don't like the look when anything is actually placed in the pocket, and with the liberal use of stretch fabrics, it is more of a concern the pocket opening will quickly wear out and start to look floppy. And finally, many modern women like shopping deals and keeping up with style trends, so thus fast fashion was born. This becomes a careful corporate game of trying to provide the bare minimum of a garment style to be done as cheaply as possible. What may seem like trivial savings to fake or leave out pockets actually adds up when the margins are tight. Many big companies are just seeing what they can get away with when it comes to quality versus price with consumers, which leads to thinner and thinner fabrics. In summary, in our capitalist supply and demand society, women are to blame for the current status of women's pockets. If women demanded functional pockets over looks, then that would be the standard. Some hard to swallow pills, but there is no patriarchal boogeyman behind the scenes trying to figure out how to keep all women down by jipping them out of pockets. Pondering that there had to be something out there since this lady pocket thing keeps coming up, so I did some general women's jeans with good pockets type searches. One of the first things that came up was Radiant Jeans, where looking at their Kickstarter, it appeared they went out of their way to address pockets while also making fitted stretch fabric-based designs. Semi-amusingly, on their main picture, you can see an example of the pocket lines every other place keeps trying to avoid. Enhance, enhance, enhance. I also don't appreciate how on almost every pocket holding example, they edit it like you just put things in your pockets and then poof! It looks like you aren't holding anything in your pockets. In reality, item details become very exaggerated and apparent in pockets when using stretch fabrics. But anyway, back on track, it appeared Radiant Jeans went out of their way to give ladies better pockets, and how'd that work out? At first it appeared everything was going great with their Kickstarter, raking in around $245K. However, currently their website is down and it appears they haven't posted on social media since mid-December. I guess it wasn't quite the revolution women wanted. As a dude who wears relatively baggy tactical jeans most days, but when going out trying to be fancy, I'll wear fitted clothing, I can empathize with women when it comes to pockets and comfort concerns. My typical man loadout includes keys, small light, chapstick, a smaller phone, then on the other side, pocket knife, and a good classic style wallet. If I'm going somewhere spicy, any gun stuff will not be in pockets anyway. So despite common trends for the phones to keep getting bigger and bigger, I like to use a smaller compact style smartphone. So this way it fits in a lot more pocket types, plays with more items if I'm layering. It's just, life is way easier. Anybody that has these bigger phones, like, it sucks for me too. So like, that's a man style pocket. Like, this sucks, it's just jamming right up into my crotch. I can't do any cool ninja kicks or anything without breaking the phone. And then even when you go to the back, like, that could fall out if I'm doing weird bathroom stuff. It's easy to steal. I gotta take it out every time if I want to sit down. Like, these are gonna be problems that will happen to anybody if the phones keep getting bigger and bigger. It's a little side rant. People wouldn't need these big ass phones if they stopped using them as their main computer. I swear, out of the past 10 years, the most standout stupid messages I have received have all come from smartphones. Back to pants type comparison with a normal traditional fabric and it's fitted, it can be pretty hard to take a knee. Like, there's a lot of resistance in that. Even when it's a fancier stretch fabric, I still have to worry about my pocket layout where there's the sacrifice of holding options, functionality versus visual look. Like, as you can see, it's fitted. The pockets aren't the come in from the side style, so the lines are cleaner, and these are the things women care more about, but I as a man can care about them as well. So as a pocket differences example, these are some nice, easy, tactical pants style with these big old, easy to get to pocket holes. And you know what? See how it breaks that line with the hip? Women hate that. They don't want none of that. And then you look at it from the side, you got a big hole. Women totally hate that. So that's why they don't get it. As I was saying, once you get into stretch fabrics, things can get pretty exaggerated. So it's subtle, but I can see here the pocket line. And it just gets worse. Anything of any shape. So not a particularly crazy wallet. Really sticks out. You can tell there's a wallet there. You start to look like you have leg tumors. And then it just gets worse the more depth of the shape. Like the video joke, oh, I can carry a soda can, right? Like you just look ridiculous. Like, oh, yeah, I'm just a normal person. Like no lady puts up with this, and even men understand this looks pretty silly. Personally, if I feel myself pocket deprived, usually I'll try and toss on a jacket. That can be an easy way to give yourself a little pocket upgrade, and it is not a male-only option. It's worth noting, carrying bulky items in any kind of pants for a long distance is no fun for anybody. So this is where external packs come in handy. Waist packs! Greatly mocked in the 2010s, they never stopped being functional and are finally making a comeback. Security is good, access is good, and they're even run capable. Oh, what's that? You need to hold a little bit more? Well, I got you, girl. They make big-ass ones, too. Tired of backpacks being inaccessible? Well, they make these little things called sling packs, where you can bring them to your front, do what you need to do, keep them here if you want a little more security, throw them back there if you want a little mobility. Plenty of options. What's that? Don't like that size? Well, don't worry, lady. They make bigger ones and smaller ones, too. Purses. Well, satchels for us. Due to popularity, seemingly endless sizes and styles. Easy to use, convenient, can be secure. As long as you aren't going on a long run, they're pretty awesome. Oh, don't like purses either, queen? Well, then maybe you need to harden the F up, Karen, and make some difficult life choices. Still obsessed with pockets? Don't worry, lady comrade, there's still plenty of options out there. Some including Dickies, a workwear classic, offering more variety these days. Similarly, Duluth Trading, offering both workwear and jeans. Or how about Red Ants pants? Starting with an all-business pant, they also offer a slightly more styled variant. Heh, with stretch of course. Made in the USA for hard-working ladies by a full woman team. Hard to get any more girl power than that. Not quite satisfied and still wish had more pockets? Then no worries, lassie. The tactical market is for you. Companies like 511, First Tactical, and Vertex make women's variants of their popular tactical pant designs and even some women's specific designs. Check out these boss-liberated ladies in action. Designed for women by women, they're always trying to tackle the tricky balance of features and looks currently in demand. As one can see, there's a common theme. Women like stretch stuff, yo! Despite female product sales are probably around 10% max at these male-owned companies, that pesky patriarchy still puts in a valiant effort to try and make sure to include offerings to address the wants and needs of women. In conclusion, when it comes to the general fashion market, women do indeed get no or crappy pockets. However, this is due to women prioritizing looks over functionality. And I know I kind of come off like a big meanie, but it all comes back to the start of MIL-SPEC Monkey was to tell everybody about how tactical gear can be useful, and this can include women. Thanks for watching, and if you were amused, leave something in the comments. If you like this video and want to support us, please check out the MIL-SPEC Monkey store. Although known for morale patches, we also specialize in a good selection of DIY hardware and tactical accessories.